Hey girl, are you German? Cause I'm trying to be German. Hey girl, are you Jamaican? Cause Jamaican me nervous.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. The risk is well worth the reward. Come here, follow me.
Brit.
Well, don't just stand there. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Jacob, what's good?
Oh, I smell love in the air. Welcome to our premium dating service, Build a Partner. Could you please sit on either side of the table? Thank you very much. Now, the slight discomfort you probably feel from the chip implantation procedure should fade within 7 to 10 days. No problem. Now, what we do here is quite straightforward. All you've got to do is be on a date, get to know one another. But as you're talking, if the other person says something that you particularly like, you may press the green button and our state-of-the-art neurotechnology will send a small impulse to that person to reinforce, enhance and encourage that behaviour. Now, if on the other hand the person says something or does something you particularly dislike, you may hit the red button and that behaviour will be eliminated entirely. Any questions?
What if I like the part of myself that he's eliminating? Don't I get a say in this?
Well, look darling, you've been dating for well over 10 years, so I think you've had more than enough time to have your say. Otherwise you wouldn't be here, would you? Anything else?
What if what I don't like is a little more physical?
Excuse you!
All women's bodies are beautiful and I would never value a woman based on her physical appearance.
Excellent, so it begins.
Impressive! Now that I don't need to worry about that, Jacob, what do you do for a living?
Oh, you know, a jack of all trades. I'm the assistant manager of the McDonald's down the road. But I'm always hustling and making money moves. I'll pick up graveyard shifts at the gas station by my house, and on occasion I'll handle a little special delivery for my cousin Ronnie. But I've really been needing to go back to school. And I heard the children's hospital's in need of volunteers, so I've been needing to give that a shot.
Oh, that's a really sweet thought.
What about you? What do you do?
Well, I'm currently the owner of a small local business that specialises in artisanal but I've really been meaning to give that all up. I need a change. In reality, the whole Destiny's Child independent woman thing isn't what it's cracked out to be. I kind of want to figure myself out and discover myself more. Maybe travel. Sorry, that got a bit serious there.
Well, what kind of things do you do for fun?
Well, I do enjoy cooking a little bit, and when I have more time, I like to make. No, by enjoy, I mean I'm obsessed. I would stay in the kitchen all day if I could, just making pastas, soups, biscuits and tarts. I'd be happy to cook for you sometime. What's your favourite food to eat?
I'll eat anything, really. But I'm generally just a big fan of my mom's cooking.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Honestly, I love everything my mom does. She's been there for me through everything. Even when my dad up and left me and my little sister when we were kids, she made sure we didn't want for a thing. There was always food on the table, our clothes were always clean, and we didn't miss a day of school. I'd love to introduce you to her sometime.
Do you see one another often?
Oh yeah, we live together. But I've really been meaning to get a cool pad of my own, you know? Somewhere to entertain the ladies.
Just exactly how many ladies do you have to entertain?
Oh baby, I've got them lined up around the corner, waiting for their turn in the rotation to date this legend.
Legend?
I'm sorry, what did I say? I can be quite forgetful sometimes. I was just thinking how nice it would be to have you over in my apartment once it's finished. I was thinking some subdued blue tones for the walls, and maybe a little minimalist contemporary art. Somewhere where a lovely girl like you might feel at home.
I hope this place has a nice kitchen. I can see it now.
Whoa. Let's slow it down a bit. This is nice and all, but the mood is a little intense.
Well, we get that a lot, Jacob, but it's this very atmosphere that helps generate our impressive 57% success rate.
Wait. What happens to the other 30-something?
Well, don't you worry about that. You're doing swimmingly. Carry on.
What else do people talk about on first dates?
I don't know. What are some of your biggest pet peeves?
Oh, good question. Well, I'm a bit of a morning person, so nothing frustrates me more than a person who snoozes all morning. Oh, but I've really been meaning to find an excuse to sleep in more. I don't know. I'm generally an easygoing person. How about you?
Well, I hate it when children cry on planes. I despise people who sneeze in public and don't cover up their noses. I think there's a special place in hell for people that speed up to pass you on the highway and then slow down again once they're in front of you. I hate it when taxi drivers insist on talking to you when I'd much rather just sit there and stare at my phone. I would much rather rip out my own fingernails than listen to some old person tell some story and then stop.
Are you usually this negative?
These are common courtesies that people need to live by. The world would be a much better fucking place if everyone just got along and respected each other's worldviews.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have to work on that one.
Right.
This is kind of weird, right?
I don't know. I'm not having a bad time. I mean, I'm not having a good time, if you know what I mean.
You do know you could have just said you're not having a bad time, right?
All right, smart ass.
Did it work?
I don't know. Say something intellectually condescending. Phew! I'll take it. But you're right, this is a little weird. Why did you sign up for this service anyway?
Well, it's been over 5 years since my last serious relationship, and it's been pretty difficult finding anyone since. I moved to the city right after uni, and honestly, I've been having a really difficult time finding any friends. Basically what I do is I go to work, come back home, do a bit of cooking, some cleaning, maybe some reading, then back to sleep, and then repeat the whole system. I've been on several dates through dating apps, but they've all been unsuccessful.
Why do you think they failed?
There's always someone better. Why settle when your next date could be more in line with what you're looking for? Isn't it better to be single and open to the opportunity of finding your true match than to settle? The truth is, as much as I believe all that, it's also incredibly lonely.
So you came here to find your true match?
Well, that's what they advertise, right? Take the choice out of happily ever after.
Creative marketing, if I do say so.
Oh, what about you? Why are you here?
I don't know. Part of me feels like I've just been programmed to believe that if I'm not in some stable relationship on its way to marriage, at this point in my life, that I failed to meet some benchmark for success or personal fulfillment.
Do you feel like something's missing?
Not really. Well, maybe a little. It would be nice to have someone to come home to, someone to hold at night.
That does sound lovely.
So, listen, feel free to completely ignore this question, but how many guys have you slept with?
What is it with you men? The moment conversation turns a little romantic, you immediately take that as your opportunity to make things dirty.
It always gets around to this point sometimes.
I mean, only a couple. Enough to know what I like. Why? Do you want to be next?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
You're going to have to be a little more sure.
Definitely. Is it just me, or is it a little hot in here?
Thank God you said something. I thought it was just me.
What kind of qualities do you look for in a guy?
No. Don't go changing the subject on me now. What about you? How many ladies have you been with?
Enough.
Is that so? You don't sound too sure. Something tells me you're a little more the softy than you let on.
Hey, I know what I'm doing. Listen, there is nothing wrong with wanting a little intimacy and pillow talk.
I want a man who can take charge.
Wait, shit, fuck, no, I'm
There isn't a reverse switch, Jacob. We didn't expect anyone to be so casual as to press the wrong effing button.
I want a man who can take care of a woman. Oh God, you should have seen the muscles on my ex. They glisten in the sun and pulsate before my eyes. Oh, he was a rugged, sexy Scotsman in a kilt-chopping wood. God, what a man! He had the most enormous cock I've ever seen. We're going to have to work on yours. He was the sort of man who could jump into a lake and catch a fish with his bare teeth. He was the sort of man that could run after a baby deer and snap its neck with his bare hands, and then afterwards go back home to his woman and give her all that her heart desires.
Wait, no, it's all right.
Don't touch me! Don't you dare touch me!
See what happens when you play with fire.
Come back.
Okay, but don't try anything.
Do you want to come in for a hug?
Okay, that's fine. Oh, this is nice.
You give really good hugs.
I guess you could say that I'm a pretty affectionate person. I crave human touch. I especially love to massage at the end of a long day. And let's be honest, is there anything more relaxing than being covered in oil and have someone take out that tension that you've been holding in all day? Throwing in scented candles and some John Mayer music and I'm in heaven. No!
What's going on with her? Her lips are saying one thing, but her body seems to be resisting it.
She's at the crossroads of the process, but her brain is simply resisting the sheer number of changes. With luck, the changes will settle, and she'll be more receptive to suggestions.
What happens if the changes don't settle?
Well, less favourable outcomes have resulted in chronic seizures and essential tremor.
What? You didn't think of let enough wellness in advance?
Well, keep your eyes on the prize, children. Don't you take the same gamble every time you go on a date with a stranger. They could turn out to be a serial killer for all you know. And anyway, the contract you signed specified all the assumed risks and is in the fine print.
Do I look like the kind of guy who reads the fine print?
Yes. I have high hopes for these two. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. This is the part of the formula we're trying to perfect. The question they have to answer now is, how badly do they want this? Deep, deep down, aren't all relationships a series of tiny negotiations and adjustments, but without the red and green buttons? Eventually you reach a point where you have to make a decision. Do I become the person this other person wants me to be, or do I give up and start all over again? That's the formula we're trying to replicate here, but with the goal of saving you a couple of years of petty arguments and couples counselling. Ah, moment of truth.
Are you okay?
I've seen better days. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I think I'm okay. I don't want to go home. This has been enough trauma for one day.
You can say that again. Although, I've definitely experienced worse.
How could you have possibly experienced anything worse than this?
I have a few skeletons in my closet. I'm broken. Fix me!
You are hands down the most extraordinary man I've ever met. So strong, and yet so sensitive.
You are the most extraordinary woman I've ever met!
I don't think I've ever been this in love!
Will you do me the honor of marrying me?
Fucking done it!
Love triumphs again. How about a picture of the happy couple? Say, build a partner.
Build a partner!
Would you mind answering a couple of satisfaction survey questions for me?
Sure!
Based upon your experience so far, would you say that Build a Partner has met, failed to meet, or exceeded your expectations?
Met!
And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being exceedingly likely, how likely are you to recommend Build a Partner to a friend or colleague?
7!
And finally, based on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being exceedingly happy, how happy are you right now?
Maybe 3?
I'd say a 2.